Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch here, and we have some physique updates from Antoine Vaillant as he's in the off-season. We also have some important news from Matt Kouba, so make sure you stay tuned for that, as well as side-by-side comparisons of the top two from the 212 at the Prague Pro, the most recent Prague Pro, and we'll finish it up with some more high-definition footage of Logan Franklin from the Sean Ray Hawaiian Classic that he just won. So if you're interested in any of that content, definitely stay tuned. But if you're new here, I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanch. Thanks for stopping by. Consider subscribing, and let's go ahead and jump into this side-by-side comparison of the top two 212 at this year's Prague Pro, specifically Ahmad Ashkanani, who ended up with the win here, and Christian Zagarella, who we've seen quite a few times here. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, we really have apples and oranges when we come to looking at these two different physiques, completely put together completely differently, ladies and gentlemen. We have a much more classic, more aesthetic, streamlined, proportion, symmetrical physique in the Christian Zagarella. And then we have the absolute 212 mass monster, freak factor. Frankly, not a lot of detail, not a lot of definition, not a lot of symmetry in the he's got to have at least 10, 15, 20, 212 championships at this point, Ahmad Ashkanani. Now, this guy was battling it out with Flex Lewis for quite a while in the 212, going all the way up to top two in the 212 Olympia. So this guy is not a stranger to winning, and as of the last few years, he's not a stranger to criticism. I have said publicly a few times now that I don't particularly enjoy his physique. I don't like the way it's put together. It makes me think that he's using SEO, in layman terms, site enhancing oils, to make his physique pop just more than it naturally would at this point in his career. And you can really see, besides the back, the body just, it seems to be fighting back against him, and there's not a lot of detail, not a lot of conditioning, and not a lot of separation. Please give me your thoughts down below on these two and whether or not you think the judging was done fairly or correctly in your opinions. Next up, we have like I said, the more high definition footage of Logan Franklin winning back-to-back Sean Ray Hawaii Classic Pros, or Sean Ray Classic Pro-Ams as the official title. And I am still waiting for more HD. I'm talking 4K, 8K footage from Sean Ray and his team there. I don't know if they hired somebody or if somebody was there. It did seem like quite a short, small lineup. So maybe you're not going to get that high quality photography and videography that we really hope to get. And, you know, if I looked in the NPC News Online, I'm sure we could find some stage photos, but I really like the videography. I like to be able to see the transitions. I like to see the complete presentation of the physique that, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, photography just really doesn't capture in today's landscape of competitive bodybuilding. So let me know your thoughts on Logan Franklin. I really wish he would have hopped into a little bit more competitive of a lineup, but everyone knew he was doing the Hawaii Classic, so it's really not his fault if only a few people showed up to compete against him. So best of luck to him in the upcoming season, and he's already qualified for the Olympia. Antoine Vaillant, who we did interview at the Olympia. Make sure you check out that interview here on BNN, sharing some physique updates as he's full-blown in the off-season. And I do believe, if I did read it right, he said he was sitting around 15 weeks out from his next show. And once the competition list is posted for 2024, we will have a better idea of exactly which show he's going to be doing. But you can expect him to want to qualify early in the season, not early as in, you know, this weekend at the Japan Pro, but early in the 2024 competitive season, where traditionally everyone else starts out at. We're talking Arnold Classic UK, we're talking European Championships, Big Man Show Weekend, and then you could look at some of the American shows. The Chicago Pro and the New York Pro are very early shows. And last but certainly not least, Matt Kouba. We did interview him at the Olympia, so check out that interview. Jason Lowe did a phenomenal job being behind the mic there and me behind the camera. And Matt Kouba did actually talk about this off camera, but I didn't want to talk about it until he publicly announced it. But Matt Kouba will be taking off the 2024 IFBB competitive season to really enjoy the full off season and do as much homework as he can to improve his physique in the off season. This is a guy that's been competing for the better part of, I believe he said 15 years, competing all the way back in 2004. So going on 20 years of competitive bodybuilding without taking a full off season off. I do wish him the best of luck on this off season. I think he could definitely use some improvements, and he could benefit from these improvements. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can pull out of his pocket or out of his hat this offseason. I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanch. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.